Hello everyone. Uh, Good afternoon. Today we are going to start a group discussion, and I welcome you all for this group discussion. And our topic is should marriage be a necessary? And we will talk about all the scenarios of before or after marriage and the life changing events happens in those individuals who had marriage, and we'll talk about it in further. And anyone wants to talk about? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manju Manoja. Many people's believes marriage is a necessary because it's a stable, family stable structure, and also it's help raising a child with a proper care and value. On the other hand, many peoples are not agree. Marriage is necessary because you know that today generation is a independence, freedom, and women's independence is a must in the means women independence is going on in the India. And also divorce rating is also increasing and showing that marriage is not necessary because women get a freedoms and they avoid the as marriage today, and that's my point.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suhani. My opinion is that marriage is necessary, but it is after specific age because in ancient time the marriage is at earlier age at the 19 and all. But my opinion is that marriage is necessary after a specific age of girl and boy when both are properly settled. Then it is necessary because it is our Indian culture, so it is after a specific time.
Well, my point is that there was a time when women used to consider as an asset, and and they used to consider as a liability kind of, or we can say that there was a mental thinking of people that woman is a dependent, completely dependent on men, and there was a norm that women should get married. So if I think this kind of mentality should vanish, and if any person wants to marry, he can marry. Even if he don't want to, he can. He will not. So my point is that there shouldn't be a necessity or some indirect force to marry, or it should be depending on that person, that if he wants to marry at any age of or any phase of his life, he can marry. So there shouldn't be any sort of, what I can say, necessity or force that now you are at this age, then you should marry. So we all have that independence of having anything at any time in life. So there shouldn't be any that okay, you have reached at this age and then you should go marry. And this type of things happens mostly in India with girls, that whether when that some girl hit at certain age, then parents start forcing her that you should get married. So I think they must have that independence of choosing the way of living her life, that okay, now I'm not ready, or maybe I don't want to marry right now. So there shouldn't be any necessary, or what I can say, there shouldn't be any indirect forcefully someone who is forcing you indirectly that okay, you should marry, you should. So I think it should be depending on person to person. uh, Now I would like to give mic to Ashwin.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Ashwin, and if you talk about a particular person's overall life, so it is means mixed up with many complex decisions, and overall, a single person could not handle that personally. So, every person needs a partner for handling such decisions, to share such decisions, and so so that partner maybe get through a marriage proposal or what's and also if we talk about uh, child handling, so people also said that a child is well managed by a couple. So through marriages, it will be a good way of through marriages. We talk about and also if we talk about any way of uh, decision making of any, and also there is another topic of in this issue only of inheritance. If we talk about inheritance, the overall property of a person, if he want to transfer then it may be through inheritance of this concept comes through that only of so in this way the marriage may be proceed forward to a next generation. So that's my point. So want to take a moment.
Thank you, Ashwin, for explaining those ancestral way of marriage and that passing the lineage. Son inherits the property of his father, and father did the same with his grandmother and something. So, yeah, that was a good idea of having marriage and doing it in their own way. So now I would like to give mic to Om.
So I strongly believe marriage is not necessary, but it is necessary for Indian culture, for the respect in society, and I don't support forceful marriage. Like you have your independent choice to get married. There are no certain age limits on it. You have your independence, and it is like okay.
Thank you, Om, for explaining that a person should have their own freedom of marrying anytime at anywhere. Now I would like to give mic to.
I think marriage should be necessary because if we marry, then it is of social, emotional support and social support, emotional support like bonding, emotional bonding, and mutual care, and then family support.
Thank you for explaining that emotional support of the person get after certain age of his life via marriage. Now someone wants to go further. Okay, Manju.
Yes, it's depend on the person. Like, it is like we say about today's generation is independence and women is financially independent, and they don't see as the marriage as a life goal, because in the ancient time, uh, women's are not working that much. That's why. And also there are a lot of things change in the today's generation, like mindsets, people's mindsets, and also uh, boundings, because in just women's are not uh, women's getting independent, and also they are fully support and in families, and they are happily live without marriage. That's my point.
Thank you, Manju.
In our Indian culture, if marriage is necessary, then I think that it is by our own choice, because in our culture there is so much casteism and all. So, my opinion is that if there is marriage is necessary, then it's by our own choice, because if we know that person, then only we live with that person. But if we don't know that person, then to marry with that person it's so much scary. So it is my opinion.
Thank you, Suhani. And now anyone? Okay. So what I believe is that there shouldn't be any form of force. What I believe is you go live your life, do whatever the things you want to do or achieve, and if you want to have a marriage or you want to go for a marriage and you got a partner, then you can proceed further. But there shouldn't be any forcing thing that okay, now you are at this age and go for marriage. So there shouldn't be like that. And what I can say, you should be free for doing whatever you want to do. Even if you want to marry at 60, there shouldn't be any certain social norm that only this to this age person can marry. Or even if you don't want to marry and wants to live your life with solidity, uh, s- so alone at your own peace, then you can live with solidarity. Now, someone.
So if we talk about marriages, the differences of the thoughts between the world, foreign countries and the Indians about the marriages. So in India, it is considered as a occasion, as a most important event, event not event but occasion, most important part of life of the couple who are getting married. And in past of the even in the past of Indian history, it is considered as a cultural program or that something. So uh, Indians do value marriages a lot. And if you talk about marriages in foreign countries or US, they just consider it as a event, a small event uh, of their life. So not much importance giving to such marriages thing. So these are just differences between these two countries.
Thank you, Ashwin, for explaining the difference between this marital thinking about India and America. That Indians consider marriage as a whole part of their life, and the Americans consider it as a some phase of their life, and then they go with it. So yeah, that was a good thoughts. Now someone wants to go with.
I think my one fellow mate said, I want to counter that point about the support. She said, you get the support if you get the marriage. There are so many couples who lived in living relationship. They also get the support. It's not a necessary. If you get the marriage, then you get the support. And the necessary, I don't think the marriage is necessary. You can live with your living in. You can also enjoy your life with your own decision with freedom. And that's all.
Thank you, Om. Now,
Um, I think marriage is necessary for human beings because if we don't get married, then our family asks us why you don't marriage, and they think they disrespect their decisions. And if we get arranged marriage, then they think uh, they us disrespect their decisions, because if we get love marriage, then we have better understanding. If we know the person, we can live happily. And
thank you for explaining this cultural mindset of Indian parents, that how they behave to the daughter who haven't had a marriage even after hitting certain age. They kind of disrespect her and force her every day to have a marry and get settled with some man. But okay, I think we have that cultural uh, hammering in our brain that woman should get married because she may be dependent in any way to on a man. But I think I oppose this idea of that a uh, woman is dependent on someone and she should get married, or she can't live by her own. So I think I oppose that idea. Thank you. Now someone wants go, Ashwin.
I don't have any points to talk.
I agree with her, but our parents' thinking is that uh, if we don't get married, they think we respect our their decisions, and because our culture or our social thinking is.
uh, Thank you. Now Manju.
Thank you so much. But young peoples are focused on the education, career, and personal goal. They not focus on the marriage. Sorry, and I believe that in a Indian they say in India's the beginning in the India, the people are accepting firstly in the marriage, but personally I believe that it's depend on the love or value and respecting each other. Like not everyone must marriage because it depend on the love, how you care about that, and if you are not support with your partner, then it's a not the she will be happy with in the future. I believe that it's depend on the woman and it's depend on the man ki how much they love each other. That's my point.
Thank you, Manju, for explaining that you shouldn't marry just because someone ordered you or forced you to marry. There should be mutual understanding between both person, and a lot of things are there. Now someone wants to go, Suhani.
People think that if anyone is married, then he or she got a emotional support and financial support, but it is not necessary. After marriage also there is an emotional and financial support. And our parents think that when they talk about our marriage, about especially for girls, they think that person is settled at the age of 25 and 26. But if there is some